Hey there, YouTube. We're back for part 3. Hopefully you guys were able to watch part 1, where I went over the details about the 160-degree thermostat in my Chevy 350. And then part 2 was a little lengthy, but I wanted to give you guys an onboard experience on how the temperature was looking. So basically, to recap what we did, and I'll go over the parts that I purchased one more time for those folks who haven't seen it. Basically, what we observed on the test drive was we went about a total of 10 miles, some stop and go driving, and I did about 4 miles of freeway driving as well, between the speeds of 60 and 70. Right now it's about 95 to 100 degrees outside, and so it's a pretty good time to do this test drive, I guess. Basically, our conclusions is that the temperature was staying between 160 and 170 degrees throughout the whole trip, the stop and go driving and the freeway travel. And so I really want to talk about the final conclusion here. A lot of folks are giving some misleading information on the internet and on YouTube. I'm not trying to cut down anybody's videos, but I showed you guys firsthand what this thermostat did for me, and hopefully if it's an intention for you to get the same outcome, you can try it too. But from what some of the folks are saying on the internet and on YouTube is that running a 160-degree thermostat doesn't give the radiator time to cool the coolant before it gets back into the engine, and the temperature is just going to raise like it did with the 195 thermostat per se. Well, we obviously took the truck on a test drive, and the thermostat only got, the temperature of the truck only got up to about 170, at sometimes 175. So I think a lot of the misconception, and I have the old thermostat right here, is this outer portion. People think that once this thermostat opens, that it's just like a faucet going into the engine. That's not true. There's still restriction with this outer plate of the thermostat, and it only opens up a certain amount, so it does give the radiator time to cool that the coolant down, pending you have the correct radiator in your setup. Like I mentioned earlier, I have a 4-core radiator out of a big block, so it's more than capable to cool the engine down, which is only a 350. And so I really want to reiterate to folks out there who are considering switching thermostats. Now, this may not be, I never had issues with overheating per se, but I wasn't comfortable with the temperature of the truck that it was at for just daily driving. And I'll touch base on the products I purchased again before the video concludes. But, I mean, gather as much information as you can, but like I said, you saw me firsthand. We did a test drive of 10 miles freeway and stop and go in about 100-degree heat, and the temperature drastically dropped. And with my other thermostat, which this one here is a 195, it indicates that at the bottom here in the copper portion, it would have been running at 200 easily, no doubt. And when we were doing the drive here, 170, 175. So we put it to the test, which I haven't found a YouTube video that has. So hopefully this one helps you out, and it was obvious of the difference. The products here that I purchased, I can't flip the camera around. Sorry, it's on my iPhone. But the Felpro gasket, the item number here, 35062. That's the GM gasket. And like I said, I didn't use any gasket maker. I just cleaned up the housing really good, and I cleaned up the base on the intake, mounted it, and I did 12 pounds of torque on each of those bolts. The thermostat I got from CarQuest, part number right here. And this is a 160-degree thermostat. CarQuest or Advanced Auto, whatever is near you, their thermostats, radiator caps are made by Motorrad, which is, from my research, like I mentioned earlier, is also with Stant. Napa also sells the same products as well, so if that's nearby, you can go by and scoop one of those up too. All in all, I hope this video was helpful to anybody out there. I surprised myself, but like I mentioned in part 1, my 91 Ranger had a low thermostat and never had a temperature issue at all. Goes to show that a lot of the information on YouTube and the internet might not always be correct. This whole swap took me about 20 to 30 minutes to do on my own rig. It actually took more time to bring out the tools, clean up, and do all that stuff than it actually did to do the repair. One thing to keep in mind, when you do pull that old thermostat out, there may be pressure, so it will come up that intake manifold hole. Just clean it up with a rag and clean up that surface the best you can. I didn't use any cleaner, none of that, just a nice dry rag and got all the residue off. So I will be looking for the comments on this video. I'm not here to criticize or contradict anybody's YouTube video that they've posted in the past, but I wanted to give YouTube viewers and other people first-hand experience on what this thermostat did for me. And without a doubt, it is a great mod. And please reach out to me through the comment section. I'll more than definitely get back to you guys. All right, well, thanks for watching. You guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.